WOCA. Ocala.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above.
All right, 5 minutes after 9 o'clock, it is time for Veterans News. Hank Whittier is not in the studio. Gary Pascale sitting in the captain's seat. Good morning, Gary.
Good morning, Larry, and good morning, veterans. It's great to be here on this beautiful winter morning that's going to turn to summer this afternoon again. We hope.
Right.
It's a great day to be in this wonderful state of ours, and of course, I believe we're in the most beautiful part of the state right here in Ocala. We do have some casualties we need to report in the law enforcement, and we have one in the DOD. I will go ahead, Larry, and I'll start with the law enforcement. The first one is Detective Chad Parkway of the North Las Vegas Police Department in North Vegas, Nevada. He was his end of watch was Saturday, January the 7th. And then very close to home, we have two. We have Master Sergeant Deborah Clayton of the Orlando Police Department, Orlando, Florida. Her end of watch was Monday, January the 9th. And we have also in the Orlando area, we have Orange County Sheriff's Deputy, First Class Norman Lewis of the Orange County Sheriff's Office in Orange County, Florida. His end of watch was also January 9th. And the Department of Defense reports that Specialist Isaiah L. Booker of Cibolo, Texas, died on January 7th in Jordan. Booker was assigned to the 2nd Battalion, 5th Special Forces Group at Fort Campbell, Kentucky. Our thoughts and our prayers go out with the families of these officers and the family of that soldier. Larry?
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see.
The reporting of these officers is always a solemn event, and a tragic event, as well as the military and the firemen. But the two from Orlando that we talked about this morning, Deputy Norman Lewis and Officer Master Sergeant Deborah Clayton, that's only an hour to an hour and a half for most of us, right down the road in Orlando. That's pretty local. And of course, our thoughts and prayers, go out to all of them, as we say every week. But especially now, how closely we can feel this as we watch the news and this unfolds. We need to continue to hope and pray that the person responsible, for their deaths is caught, as he is still on the loose. So just keep that in mind, and keep an air of caution about us. We want to thank our sponsors for being here on the air, that we can bring you Veterans News every week. And, of course, we couldn't do it without the help of the source here, WOCA, and the great folks at Bob Wine's Camellia Garden and Nursery. who have been bringing veterans news to us for a long time. They're located at 2610 Southeast 38th Street in our own beautiful Ocala. And when it comes to your landscape needs, Bob Wines has it. If they don't have, you probably don't need it. Everything from plants, small plants, large trees, mulch, fertilizer, and much more. And if they will deliver their orders, and if they plant a tree for you, they'll guarantee it. They've been keeping things blooming in our beautiful community since 1952. You can contact them at area code 352-629-5766. And if you tell them you heard about them on WOCA and you can show them that you're a veteran, you get a 10% discount. You cannot beat a deal like that. Now, we do have a guest for you, Brad, who's going to talk about vets who might be interested in careers in aviation and how to get help in doing that. But I do have a few announcements first. Do we have time for the commercial break?
Absolutely,
Right.
sure.
We do have a couple things upcoming. Our good friend Donnie Harrison, who recently had passed away, of course, was a member of Vets Helping Vets, and his wife continues with the Don Harrison Foundation to raise money for the charities that were near and dear to Don, and they're charities such as Marion County Vets Helping Vets, the Marion County Literary Council, the beautiful Ocala Symphony Orchestra, and if you hadn't had a chance to see them, they're down in Tuscaloosa Park, beautiful facility and a great orchestra, Ocala Outreach, and the wonderful Shriner Children's Hospital in Tampa. Now they're doing a tennis tournament on Saturday, March 4th. Registration is 8 a.m. to 9 a.m., and this will be at the Golden Ocala Golf and Equestrian Club. Now, the purpose of this fundraiser is to assist the community and to support the community in need through the charities that I just mentioned. And the format is to be determined by the Tennis Pro Shop, and they'll assign partners. The entry fee is $60 if you're a team, $35 if you're a single. It'll include a box lunch, admission into the reception, which will be held that Sunday evening at 4:30 p.m., and then they'll have the awards and the trophies. There'll be a DJ, appetizers, a cash bar, and also a silent auction. Now, the golf tournament will be Sunday, March 5th at the Golden Ocala Golf and Equestrian Club. That registration will be at 10 a.m. The brunch will be 10:30 to 11:45. Shotguns will start at 12 p.m. Purpose of that fundraiser will be the same as for the tennis. The entry fee is $120 per golfer or $400 for a foursome if you're signed up by February 15th. Now, the fee will include a full breakfast, admission to the reception, which will be held Sunday evening at 4:30, the awards party also with a DJ, appetizers, and a silent auction. If you wish to be a sponsor, you can sponsor a hole for $100. You can be a copper level sponsor for $300, a bronze level for $500, and a silver level for $1,000, a gold for $3,000, and a platinum for $5,000. If you need more information on this, you can contact the Donnie Harrison Foundation by way of the web, www.donharrisonfoundation.org, or you can call area code 352-629-5591. And also on Valentine's Day, which is coming up, if you want to treat that sweetheart of yours to something special, there's a beautiful place outside of Williston called Cedar Lakes Woods and Gardens. You can Google that. I did this morning. It's a beautiful place. It's gardens. Looks like they have little canals and a little lake. It's just beautiful out there. It looks almost like a little mini wilderness. And they're going to have a concert, Valentine's Day concert, on Valentine's Day, February 14th at 6 p.m. It'll be an outdoor concert. Tickets are $25, but if you're a member, they're only $15. And for more information on this, you can contact Lori Wallace at area code 352-529-0055, or you can just Google Cedar Lakes Woods Gardens, and you could see it for yourself, and you could register right there online.
And we're up against the break hour, so let's take that break, and we'll be right back with Veterans News. Remember, the phone lines are open if you'd like to call. Not that phone. This is the source. We'll be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. On this Thursday, a mix of sun and clouds. There may be a shower in spots along the coast, high 76 to 80. Partly cloudy and mild Thursday night, low 55 inland, 61 at the coast. For Friday, more sun than clouds, but there may be a shower in places, mainly at the coast, high 75 to 79. Saturday, clouds and sun with a chance of a shower at the coast, high 75 to 79. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
The very best in quality is Captain T's Upholstery.
Hey, this is Dan. Let me ask you a few questions. Does your boat look better with the cover on? Has your car's interior seen its better days? Stop using a towel to cover up those rips in the golf cart. Isn't it about time you had it restored to better than new with a custom upholstery from Captain T? Captain T's Upholstery has been right here in Ocala for nearly 20 years, so they know how to make your ride one of a kind. Whether you want to take that classic ride back to a factory look or put your favorite sports team front and center, Captain T's Upholstery is who to call. 352-369-1810. That's 352-369-1810. Or stop by their location, 5030 South Pine Avenue in Ocala, just past the drive-in. And of course, don't forget to visit them on the web, CaptainTUpholstery.com.
The very best in quality is Captain T's Upholstery.
Whether you're just starting out in your career or ready to make a change, being a commercial pilot is within your reach. The FAA has predicted that in the next few years, the number of planes in the sky will double, and that means a lot more jobs in aviation. Ocala Aviation has teamed up with an accredited university, enabling you to get a college degree in aviation while training to be a commercial pilot. And with options like financial aid, grants, and scholarships, it's never been a better time to get your new career in aviation started today. For more information, call me at Ocala Aviation, 352-861-7484.
You have that drip coming down from the corner of the room, but where did it start from?
Bone Dry Roofing can and will fix it right the first time using quality materials and will deal honestly and fairly with you, period. You can find Bone Dry Roofing on their website, bonedryroofingllc.com, and Facebook at Bone Dry Roofing LLC. Do it right before your roof needs a tarp to keep the elements out. Bone Dry Roofing stands behind their work to help make your home safe and secure, plus they have financing available. Remember, if you're not bone dry, then you're all wet.
Hi, I'm Big Daddy Don Garlitz, asking you to support adoption by purchasing a Choose Life license plate from your county tag office. You know it costs a lot to give a child life. Many times a woman is forced to make a bad choice because of financial pressures. Help save the lives of the unborn children by aiding women whom choose life instead of abortion. Take a stand for life. Purchase your Choose Life license plate today. For more information, go to chooselife.org or call 352-624-2854. 2854.
All right, 18 minutes after 9 o'clock. Beautiful Thursday, 57 degrees. Let's return now to Veterans News with Gary Pascale. Gary?
Yeah, I got my special guest, Brad Brosmer, here, and he's going to tell us a little bit about veterans. He's going to tell us, give us some information for veterans that might be interested in getting a career in aviation. Brad, you want to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your company and what you do?
Absolutely. Thank you for having me on, allowing me to talk. You know, we have a lot of commercials. I've come on the radio quite often about talking about the flight training for people in Ocala, Marion County, and, you know, we've talked about the veterans having the ability to start training, but I think there was a little bit misconception as far as what they could do with it. And, you know, I've heard, they just want to go and do it for fun. And this, of what we're trying to do and what the VA is helping the veterans do, is to start a new career where they can get help to go out and actually get jobs as pilots, to where they can work for airlines, charters, package companies, anything like that. They can go out and get these jobs. And there's a huge demand, and the demand is just going to get greater as the years go on. And so we've worked very hard with the VA to where we can get approved to help get these veterans money to where they can get this flight training. And we've also worked with Liberty University where they can get a college degree and get their commercial license to where they can be even more desirable for hire. So there's a lot of opportunities out there, and it's just getting that word out to let these guys know that there's options out there for be able to do something. And we just, like I said, we want to continue to let people know that the option is there, and it's a great option. It's a huge career that is, like I said, taking off, literally.
Now, is this covered by VA benefits and education program?
Most of it is, and each veteran can be a little bit different as far as their percentages and what they can and cannot cover. The way that it works is there's different stages of aviation. There's different licenses that you can get. The first one is the private, which is basically the one that's for fun. You get the private to fly your friends, your family around, and just kind of see things. That one they won't cover. Okay. After you get the private, they will cover the rest of the training for you to get up to where you can be a commercial pilot. Okay. So you pay for the private, and then depending on your benefits, your percentage and everything, then they will help cover the cost to get you all the way through.
But say a veteran doesn't have his private yet. What would it cost him before he goes into the program to get a private license?
What we're working on is we're trying to get some oh goodness, I can't even think of the word right now. Some contributions to people to help bring that cost down. Right now, you're looking somewhere between around $7,500. So if we can get some people to contribute to a fund we're trying to work on to help bring that cost down, we're also
Scholarship? Is that the word?
Not a scholarship, but like a sponsor. Goodness, sponsor to help us with that, and then also we're willing to give any kind of discounts we can. We've been talking with local people to see what we can work out to help bring that cost down for them. So once they get that private, then the VA can kick in and help them get the rest of their training. And of course, if they decide to go through college, that's a lot different where they can go through Liberty, get their bachelor's degree and all that, where the college can actually help get them that money to get through the schooling and the licenses.
Now, does your school do the private license that would be required first? Or?
Yes. Yeah, we do all of the training. We do the private. We can do all the training up to where they can get hired. They don't have to come to us and then go somewhere else. Everything can be done right here in town, which is good. And we can work around their schedule. A lot of people think that if they want to start a new career, they have to stop the career they're in, or they can't work. And with us, we work around what their job schedule is right now. If they're going to work, they don't have to quit work. They can continue to work, make the money they need to make, obviously, until that new career is ready for them.
And where's your facility located?
We are at the Ocala Airport. It's on the southwest side of town. We have our own building, our own hangar over there. We have enough instructors, enough planes to be able to take care of it. We can get this moving, and that's what we're trying to do. We're really trying to get back to the community. We deal with a lot of international students right now, but we want to, like I said, we want to get back to dealing with the community, with Marion County, and with helping these veterans get what they deserve.
Now, how long does it take to get the private license?
The private license, the way that it works is it really depends on the student, on how quickly they want to do it. The average is about 2 to 3 months. I have some people that do it in a month. I've got other people that do it in 4 months. But the average is about 2 to 3 months. So once they start that, then they can start getting the other benefits through the VA, and we can try and get their commercial license within about a year to a year and a half.
A year to a year and a half of schooling. And that's, you say that the way the program's set up, they could, if they were working, they could continue to work.
They can continue working. We work around their schedule. If they're going to work, school, whatever they're doing, we can work around that.
Now, if somebody's got a commercial, pilot's license, what kind of jobs are available to them?
It's pretty much endless. And I know that sounds funny, but it's, if you're a commercial pilot, you can go to regional airlines. You can go to, you basically start off at regional. You don't go directly to the big airlines or anything. You start in the smaller ones, but you've got charter, you've got puddle jumping, you've got missionary pilots, you have the regional airlines, you have the carriers. It's pretty much endless, which is the great thing. And we've had people from our school go and do all of those. Not at the same time. I mean, different people do different things. So it really is what the desire of the pilot is. Like I said, I've got people that go all the different parts of the world and are missionaries. I've got other ones that stick right here in town and do charter for people locally. Not charter, but corporate flying.
Now, to your school, how big of an aircraft might a person be able to learn to fly?
Well, the way that it works is when you get your licenses, Everybody, no matter what plane you eventually fly, everybody starts off on a small plane. Most of what we use are Cessna 172s, which are 4-passenger planes. So you work through that. Once you get to your commercial, you use what's called a complex aircraft, which is still a smaller plane. And then you go to a multi-engine, which is a 2-engine. Ours are usually 2-engine, 6-passenger planes. Once you do that, then when you go for a job, you get trained in whatever planes you're going to be flying. You don't go to a school and they train you to fly a jet, because every jet is different, every plane is different, and so we try and cater that. So once you get your commercial, you say, okay, I want to go and learn to fly these. Well, once you get your hours built up, most of the airlines will help you learn to fly the planes that they're actually flying. They will give you that training, so you don't have to pay for that. They will actually train you once they hire you.
So you could do not just passenger, you could possibly get into cargo.
Oh, yes.
Maybe transporting animals or something.
Yep. A lot of people, they want to do cargo. Maybe they don't want to deal with people. And that's not fun. I mean, some people, they like the idea of cargo because they can get in, they can fly and enjoy themselves. That's great. You can do that. There's so many options out there, especially being in Florida. Like I said, we call them puddle jumping, but out on the islands, some people, that's their dream career, just to get in a small plane and fly from island to island and charter people around. And that's great. You can do that. You can also fly an airline. So that's what I'm saying. It's endless. The possibilities are endless is what they can do. But the desire is out there, and the need for pilots. Because a few years ago, the FAA changed the rules to where the retirement age, it got changed and then went to 65. Well, all these guys are finishing out. I mean, they figure by 2020, there's going to be $122,000 pilot shortage.
Wow.
For airlines. Well, so if the airlines are hiring, then all those people that are in the regional, they're going to the airlines or the corporate. And so everybody's moving around. They need pilots. And so you can fill a void and start a new career.
Do you got somebody at your school that actually would help somebody to find the benefits and stuff that they're entitled to under the GI Bill?
Well, the way that it works is there's a lot of different the GI Bills, the yellow ribbon, there's a few different ones that are out there. So what the VA wants us to do is if somebody comes to us and says they want to do it, then we send them back to their representative, and they can let them know what percentages and what they're entitled to. Then once they come back to me, I can tell them what that means for us. So, and then let's say they want to do the college route, Liberty University, they actually contact them, and they do all of that paperwork for them, and they figure out exactly everything that they're allowed to do. So there's definitely people out there that can help them, but most time I tell them, start with, come to me, we talk about the program, we talk about what we can do for you, and then we go from there.
So all the hands-on stuff is actually done here?
Yes.
The Liberty University, I'm assuming that would be probably online because that's in Virginia, right?
Yes, exactly. It is an online course. The great thing about the Liberty University is they can get a bachelor's degree. It's a bachelor's of aeronautics, and they're commercial multi, which means the commercial multi means you can technically get hired to fly, okay? But you can get all of that in about 2.5 years through Liberty University, and you can stay right here. You don't have to move. You can stay at home. You can go to college. You can get your career done in about 2.5 years.
And I know here in Ocala, we have a big horse industry.
Yes.
A lot of people I know that are really heavy into the horse thing. They tell me a lot of times rather than use truck transport, a lot of people even, fly horses. Mm-hmm. Now, I don't know what kind of license and stuff that involves, but, that's definitely something, that I found interesting. Have you ever dealt with any of that?
Yeah, well, actually, one of there's a couple of those that fly into Ocala all the time. And they're commercial pilots. I mean, they're trained to fly in that plane. It's not a special license to fly animals or anything. But they're great guys. They've come in and we've talked to them. They've let our students go and see the horse plane. It's amazing inside when you see how it's all set up. And that's exactly it. I mean, people would never think about that, but that's a career. That's something that you can do. And then all of those horses belong to people. Well, most of those people fly into here. So they have pilots that fly them around. So, again, it's endless as far as what they can do. And depending on what you want to do, if you want to travel and be a corporate pilot, you can do that. If you want to, do regional and stick around in one place, you can do that. So there's a lot of options out there. And it's one of those jobs where you can start it and you can work your way up. It's not that you're stuck, in the lower level. They keep promoting people year in and year out. You move up, which is a great way to go.
And how can you give us some contact information?
Yes. For information for the school, you just call 861-7484, and you just ask for me. Again, my name is Brad.
Well, we appreciate that. We how much time we got left?
We're
right?
just about done, half a minute.
We're just about a half a minute left. Well, thank you, Brad, and thank you, listeners, and for Hank Whittier. God bless America.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. The Senate taking a first step toward repealing Obamacare, with Democrats like Senator Bernie Sanders voicing objections during the vote.
On behalf of elderly people who cannot afford higher prescription drugs, I vote no.
The House expected to vote tomorrow. Some Republicans want to